Hi, it's Clint here again, and I want to bring you a massive tip. And we're going to be talking about focus today, and I'm going to keep banging on about focus because this is the thing that you really have to break through, and in order to get that focus, there's a number of things you have to do, and that comes from belief and commitment and a number of other things, goal setting and why, but we'll get into that shortly. So you just tell me what you see here. Do you see white? Do you see a white piece of paper with a hole in it? Or do you see a black circle? Whatever it may be, it's not important. There's no distractions. That's the thing I want to show you. There's nothing that's going to take you away from looking at that black circle. So let's just give it 5 seconds and stare at that circle. Now, an exercise that one of my mentors taught me, because they said focus is most valuable currency you can have in today's world, especially in this ADD world that we live in, is print out this piece of paper, make this up for yourself, just do a Word doc and put a black dot on it, print it out and put it on your wall, put it out in front of you, so when you notice that you're getting distracted, then you can just focus on the dot. And if you can do this for a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you're an absolute pro. And I guarantee when you first try this, you might only be able to do 10 seconds or 15 seconds, and it's a matter of just improving those focus muscles. So let's move on and talk about what this circle could represent. So this circle can represent as being your goal. Now that's been your target, and this is when you have absolute clarity that you want to move towards this element and just focus on this one thing. But here is what most people do, and this is why 96% of people on the internet fail. Oh, where's the goal gone? You can see it there, it's just in the tiny corner, so that's in the back of your mind, if not forgotten. And here's what we're looking at today. Bright shiny objects. You've got all these different things trying to grab your attention. You've got emails coming into your inbox selling you new ideas about Facebook, about different traffic generation techniques, about the new SEO loophole, about the Hummingbird update and how you can just push a button and have keywords spat out, and you can optimize for those 50-word long tail keywords. You know, you've got magic buttons, people promising you riches. They've got secret sauce, they've got secrets that you've never heard of before, and these are grabbing all your attention. And you see where you're going? You've got your goal up there in the top right hand corner, and you're heading every direction but towards your goal. And that's what a lot of people are doing today, and this is what I was doing embarrassingly for 10 years. Now that's 10 years, that's a whole decade. So here's your goal, and so this is what you need in order to change from this to this. You need 110% belief. And so how do you get that belief? You have to have a very powerful why. You have to have a system. You have to know that a system works. You have to have a plan. You have to know how to make that system work to get to your goals. You need support. You want to know if people are there to help you along the way, because if you're going to try and learn all this stuff on your own, you're going to waste years and years of your life, like I have. I wasted 10 years, and I won't say wasted because I picked up a hell of a lot of information that time, so I've been a continual student that whole time, but unfortunately I chose a lot of the wrong mentors and coaches and wrong systems, and they took me down to dead-end paths after spending a lot of money and a lot of time. I was listening to coaches or mentoring programs where they talked me into it saying, yeah, this is fantastic, yeah, you'll be good for this, when I had reservations about my own constraints and capabilities. You know, my weaknesses about picking up the phone or project management is definitely not one of my strong suits, and I was doing local marketing and I was struggling to make that work. And the thing is, the skills you need for that is picking up the phone and sales, which I absolutely suck at, and project management, because it's a matter of, you know, trying to manage all these different projects at the same time. You're trying to be Superman to all these local businesses who think you come along to be their savior, and it's so unrewarding, and you know, especially when it's not your strength, you're battling the whole time. And so that's why the system is so important. Now the constraints on like the local marketing business was me. It was down to me, and you only could build a business to 100 or 200,000 maximum. There's no scalability in that, and at that level you're going to be so busy. You're going to be working 60-hour weeks. I kid you not, in order to do that, and that wasn't the way I wanted to go. And until recently, that's just something I closed down my local marketing business because it was just such a drain. And then you got live events. Well, live events are where you get to hear the real information. We can share information like this, but it's when you've got the energy exchange, and a lot of people share a lot of secrets, especially if you've got them at the bar and they've had a few drinks, because people just want to help people. That inherently, that's what we want to do. And when you find the right kind of system and right community, you will get a lot of help. There are no secrets. And success lists, you want to build up your number of successes, and just focus on building your lists, and focus. I'll put focus there 3 times because that is one of the biggest things that you can do. And providing value to people, you have to have some value in the marketplace, and value is about helping people solve their problems. So what do you have that can solve people's problems? What kind of audience are you trying to target? What big problems do they have? And relationships, it's about nurturing and building that resonance, resonating with your message, telling them about your story, opening yourself up and building relationships with people. Because if you've got a list of, say, 100 people that you've got a rock solid relationship with, and you may have a 50 or 60% open rate on those emails, whereas you could have a list of 10,000 and you may have a 2% open rate. And if you haven't got the relationship, it's just literally spamming these people. So it's about building up the relationship. So just imagine having that 110% belief, having laser focus, a clear step-by-step action plan. Now, do you think you would be closer or further away from your goals in 30 days if you had this? All these elements. Just imagine now. Just close your eyes and imagine that, because a lot of people just take this as just more mind fodder. And you may have heard it before, but sometimes it's these moments that can change everything. You can put it down to one moment, and the penny drops. So having that 110% belief, because that's unwavering, that belief. You've got all your mind cells, you've got everything heading in the right direction, your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and that's when you have that belief and that laser focus. And when you are taking those steps, you can actually see it's so rewarding. You go, oh, finish that, finish that, finish that. I'm achieving, I'm getting momentum. When you got momentum, little obstacles, you just roll straight through them that you would have normally stopped you before, and then you go, oh, I need to jump onto a new system because I don't know how to write a report or set up a squeeze page or something like that. So I want to challenge you. If we were to set our goals together, I'll focus on just one opportunity, and you can focus on 2 or 5, depending on how many WSOs you bought. And if you don't know what WSOs are, I'm not going to share that with you because you don't need to know that. And then you can focus on your 2 or 5 different opportunities, and we can meet up again in 30 days and see who is closer to achieving their goals. And right? Intuitively logically who would be closer to their goals. So why don't you do it? Because you haven't found the right system. That's what I'm inviting you to use the exact system that I have, where I have 110% belief that it works, and it'll work for you also, as long as you work the system. Of course, I can't promise that this will work for you if you don't work the system. There's no system out there that's possible. There's no magic buttons. There's no greener grass. There's a ton of different systems, but when you have a system that has 90% of the work done for you, that is what matters, and you have to focus on that 10%, which is delivering the value, telling people your unique story. You can't get someone to provide you with your story. It's impossible. There's always going to be an element of work, but how much work do you want to give in exchange for your rewards? And the idea is minimum effort, maximum return, and that's what we've got here. So go check out toptierelite.com, and you can find out more. And just watch a short video, and I guarantee you'll be excited. So anyway, thank you for watching this, and I'll be in touch shortly.